Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video is all going to be about Dr. Sheth's sunscreens. I have put zero efforts in looking put together to look presentable today, so you might have to deal with it. I just have a lip gloss on. You might also notice a difference in my voice, a bit different and nasal because I have a cold. My skin and lips have been so dry. It's Sahara Desert dry, so nothing is wanting to work on my skin. Now let me tell you about today's video. Today specifically I'm going to be talking about a new sunscreen launched by Dr. Sheth. This is their Dr. Sheth's Haldi and Hyaluronic Acid sunscreen. Got this almost a month back. When they launched it, I want to test it out for a long time this time so that I have all of my thoughts and opinions gathered for you all. Let me tell you a little bit about it. It has SPF 50 PA+++. It's hydrating, brightening and white cast. These are the main taglines that they have on the packaging. If I tell you about the packaging, it's not even similar, it's the exact replica of their ceramide sunscreen that they had before this. It's exactly that, just the name is different. Packaging details and information about this is all mentioned on the box, and some of it is also mentioned on the actual product. This sunscreen retails for 499 rupees for 500 grams of product. Let's talk about the claims that they have. It says hydrating, brightening, no white cast. It hydrates and protects against UV, AB rays and blue light. Now this is the main tagline that they had, was this is like a hydrating sunscreen for oily skin. So they have specifically said oily skin, but of course all skin types can use this. Now this sunscreen has organic and mineral filters both, which protects you from UVB and blue light. Okay, the two main ingredients this has is very unique, one of a kind ingredient based pairing, haldi and hyaluronic acid. So it has 1% hyaluronic acid, 1% turmeric extract. So this has both active and natural ingredient, which is very unique and very interesting. And so it has 1% hyaluronic acid, which hydrates and plumps the skin. So hyaluronic acid is a humectant which holds the moisture in your skin. Second, it has turmeric extract 1%, which is mainly for brightening your skin, and also it repairs the sun damage that has already caused in your skin. So if you have any sun damage, so turmeric will help you reduce that, will help you in repairing that. Let's come to the texture and the formula of this sunscreen. So I feel like this formula is very similar to the ceramide sunscreen that they have. If you put it side by side, you cannot make out just looking at the formula of this. It has a lotion like texture. It is lotion like, it is like a sunscreen lotion. The finish that it gives, I feel like there's a difference. The difference is the finish that it gives. I feel like this gives a semi matte finish. When you initially apply it, it does appear to be dewy, but once it gets absorbed into your skin, it leaves your skin feeling semi matte. Definitely feels hydrated, but it feels more like a semi matte than a dewy finish. So that is the finish of this sunscreen that I felt. It also controls a lot of your sebum production. Very suitable for oily skin. It's obviously a no white cast formula. It does not leave any white cast no matter how much you use. It's very lightweight. So as I said, it gets absorbed into your skin really quickly. It feels very lightweight. This sunscreen performs also really good under makeup. There is no pilling. It will not melt or wear your makeup off. Now, my personal experience using this sunscreen on my skin. For context, I have really dry skin. My skin is normal to dry, but right now it's really dry since it's winters. This, I felt like, as I mentioned, this is a little bit less moisturizing and a little bit less hydrating, less moisturizing, and doesn't give me that very dewy finish as compared to the previous sunscreen that they launched. So for me personally, it was not moisturizing enough. That being said, I would really recommend if you have oily skin. If you have oily combination skin, you're going to like love this. For me personally, since I have dry skin, it was not the best that I used, but it obviously performed well with a moisturizer. With this, I cannot skip a moisturizer. The other sunscreen was like a moisturizer plus a sunscreen. By the way, I have a full-on review video for the previous ceramide sunscreen. You can go watch it. Other than that, whatever it claims, lightweight, hydrating, it is hydrating but it's not moisturizing. You get the difference. There's a lot of difference between hydration and moisturization. So it is hydrating, it is lightweight, no white cast, it's fragrance free, all of that. The thing is that the cap of this one is very, very flimsy, and I almost broke this one. And you can also see how much I've kind of used it for a month. I've used this every single day, and I've used quite a lot of it. Almost half I've used it. Another thing that I would like to point out is, with my sunscreens I usually go for the 3-finger rule, and I did the same with this one. But the one thing I feel like about Dr. Sheth sunscreen is the one downside con, at least for me personally, is that it stings my eyes a little bit. I don't know what it is with me, or it's just me, but it stings my eyes a little bit. Not too much, not to an extent that it makes my eyes teary. It does sting my eyes, I will have to be honest about it. Even the ceramide sunscreen that I had used and loved in the past did sting my eyes a little bit. I don't know if I've mentioned that in the previous video, and I was hoping that this one did not, but I noticed that when I use a lot of quantity of it, like the 3-finger rule around my eyes, it does sting my eyes a little bit, but just for a little while. Sometimes when I'm indoors, which is most of the times, I use 2 fingers of this. That's the amount that I use. Then it did not sting my eyes. So what I've noticed is that if I use a lot of this, then it does tend to sting my eyes. But if I use a little bit less of it, then it does not sting my eyes. That is my experience that I felt with it. And it's very weird because I didn't see anybody mentioning this, so maybe it's just me. So if you have really sensitive eyes, which apparently like mine, then this might sting your eyes as well. Not mentioned anywhere on their website that it is water resistant, so it's probably not. Another thing that I want to make sure that I mention, it is not pregnancy safe. This one they have mentioned on their website. It's not. I'm mentioning this because I got a lot of comments on my sunscreen videos, my previous sunscreen videos, asking me if it's pregnancy safe, if it's breastfeeding safe. This particular one is not. So if you have any doubt regarding those kinds, you can always visit their website. They have always mentioned to have like a very clear idea. Make sure you check the website. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare these 2 sunscreens. So I do have the ceramide vitamin C sunscreen and this. Can you make out the difference? They look exactly similar except for the names and all the details, but this is the 2 sunscreen. I don't know why, it's just a very petty thing, but I just wish that they had a different kind of a packaging. At least the color coding should have been different so that you could differentiate. But anyways, I'm just gonna very quickly compare both of these. Okay, the packaging is very similar, no difference. Formula and consistency also I feel is very, very similar to each other. The only difference I feel like how it targets different issues. I would tell you very clearly, if you have oily skin, go for the Haldi and hyaluronic acid one. If you have dry skin like mine, normal to dry, you will really like the ceramide and vitamin C sunscreen. So specifically for me, I would prefer this ceramide one according to my skin, and also because it's winters, this is going to work better for me. If you have a little bit of spots, dark spots, pigmentation, just a little bit of those, not really dark pigmentation. If you have some sun damage caused to your skin, this is going to be perfect for you. It also helps a little bit in getting rid and repairing those pigmentation. If you have sensitive skin also, I would recommend this one because this has ceramide which repairs your skin barrier, so it's really good for sensitive skin. If you have damaged skin barrier, go for this one. This has ceramide, it also has hyaluronic acid, and it's very hydrating and moisturizing both. Instead of going like directly for your whole face, you take a little bit, apply it on a jawline over here, leave it for the whole day and see if you get any reaction or perform a patch test. This is not a sponsored video. I have purchased both of these products with my own money, so it's not sponsored, it's not an ad. This is just a very genuine review and my experience using it. So the buying links to both of these products will be in the description box. If you have any more questions, any more doubts, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you want me to review any other sunscreen, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very, very soon in my next video. Bye.